Welcome along, everybody. How are we doing on this fun Tuesday evening? I hope you've all had a good start to the week. Sorry about the brief restart there, but I was trying, what I tried to do was set up a different encoder for my streaming and my recording, hoping to spread the load a little bit on my streaming PC. Streaming PC did not like it. Its processor is not up to the task. So that's the reason for the restart. Let's say hello to everybody who's here. ALC1409, welcome along. TBS Twister, welcome along. Mark B747, welcome along. Blackbeard65, welcome along. Eugene Creel, welcome along. Husker Lee, thank you for resubscribing at tier 1. You are awesome. Chris the Irish Gamer, welcome along. Pebbles Rocks 22, welcome along. Rob Simo, welcome along. How was my skydive, Chris? So scary. I cannot emphasize this enough. Most incredible thing to be that high up with nothing around you, just you free falling through the air, is one of the most amazing and scary things I have ever done. I couldn't do it again. Going the first time out to the plane and not knowing what to expect, fine. Going the second time, I wouldn't get off the ground. I just wouldn't. How many did it take to push it out of the plane? Oh no, I was strapped somewhere. So it was tandem skydive, and basically I sat on the edge of the plane. I had my arms across my chest like this. He said, put your head back, and I put my head back and I closed my eyes because I knew if I opened my eyes at that point, that was gonna be it. And I just waited to feel him push us off the edge of the out of the door, and he did. And in my craziness at the bottom, he said to me, do you want to do a barrel roll and look up at the plane as we're falling away from it? I said, sure, yeah, let's do that. And so, yeah, we fall out of the plane and he immediately rolls us, and I open my eyes and there's the plane above me getting smaller as I'm falling away from it. And yeah, that was freaky. And then, yeah, just falling through the air and, just, yeah. It was incredible, but I'm still a day and a half afterwards. I'm still sort of recovering from it. Westerly, welcome along. Archangel 59, welcome along. Roughnick 10, welcome along. So, yeah, it was an experience. It was something that I wanted to get off my bucket list. You know, I can sit here, I can say I have done it. GG! Yeah, I couldn't do it again. Hey, Marcus, welcome along. I will get your farm sorted out, Marcus. Yeah, I will wipe out the existing one and I will get you set up on the map. Right. Let's see. Right, so let me switch over because we have a small problem in that loading everything up. I was unable to load the map up properly. And the result of this is because Giant's Editor is updated. I'm hoping this is because Giant's Editor is updated. Yeah, let's move these off this screen because we don't need those on that. That's David Brown stuff. And have a nice clean screen. Yeah, there was an update to Giant's Editor today. So at the moment, oh no, I don't want that. So at the moment, I am just downloading Giant's Editor. Is that downloaded? Oh no, it's on that screen. Of course, it's on the other screen there. So this is the Giants Developer Network, the GDN, which if you're ever after Giant's Editor, this is where you download it from. I am going to install this. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh God, I need to, before I do this, actually, let's uninstall this. So uninstall that. We need to uninstall the old version of Giants Editor, otherwise it just gets confusing. Yes. Yes. Good. Perfect. And then next. And away we go. Yeah, so if you don't know, content update 6 was released. Free content update 6 was released for Farm Sim today. That one, please import. Yeah, there's one farm left, Marcus. So there's the farm that exists at the moment that will be removed and reset up for you. I don't know how much work he's done on the farm or how much you'll be able to plant is the only downside. Right. Let's see if we can open the map. Please work. Please work. Because otherwise we have a problem. Yeah, there we go. I think it's because because I updated Farm Sim and Giants Editor are very closely tied together in the current version of this. It was needed. Right, gameplay. We've got the vehicle shop. Store spawn. Place 1 and 2 and trigger. Right. So I do want to move these down to where our shop is going to be. So if I select these 3 items. Fantastic. Thank you, Marcus. They're currently situated over there. I want to situate these things over this way here. No. Yeah, wait. Go. Right. That there. Bring that down there. And then. Really? Why is that wandering? Don't go wandering, please. Right, there we go. So, spawn point 2, where are you? You're still up here. Right, so spawn point 1, where have you moved to? 811-976-37. So I want to copy that, paste that, copy that, paste that, but we will add, we will take that up by 10 to give us a little bit more, and then that. Okay. Hey Ethan, welcome along. Steve Fam, welcome along. What was for supper? I did burgers. So that's 1. And that's 2. Okay. So 30. So that wants to be the same. Yeah, that wants to be 37. It wants to be the same height. But both of these want to go down anyway. And then the vehicle shop trigger That wants to be roughly the same place. So 811 and that. Yeah. And then moving that down. Yeah, moves that down there. But that should be a little symbol, I think. Isn't it? Yeah, there it is. So there's our symbol. And the 2 base game tractor. Yes, it did. And lots of balers as well. Slightly annoying that right clicking with this is making me fly about. I want this shop trigger down here where I can touch it. So we'll move that along, and then where does that disappear into the ground? About there. Perfect. So we'll put that there. That then gives me 38.24 on the Y. Yeah. Put that over there and put that there. And then that one there. That's over there. And across to there. This means that if we wanted to take this into the game now and load it up, we could do. It doesn't have an initial character spawn point. But it does have the shop at the very least, which means we could take a vehicle in, we could check the size of the roads and things if we wanted and do all that. So what I might do quickly is just see if this will... Oh, we do have a career start point. Okay. So you are... Where? Oh, you are right by us, actually. I think. Where are you in relation to this? So that is 823, 37, 530. 823, 37, 530. A minus 530. So bring it over here. Okay. So now, you know what? I'm very tempted, just to give us an idea of what this looks like and how this is shaping up, to take us into the game, see if we can load up at the career start point and go from there, and see if this actually works at all. So file, save, and then we can load up Farm Sim and have a look at this. Right. Get a tractor and have a drive around. We don't need to pass the updates. Is it popped on top? Maybe. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, Marius. I mean, we have nothing in this map other than the very, very basics. Empty slot. I'm running out of empty slots. Farm manager. Mod map FR. We will deselect all. And we'll see if this actually loads. If this actually gives me anything that I can work with. Let's see. It's loading stuff. It's that time of year where my eyes start to get hay fevery. Okay, thing isn't swearing at me and putting lots of red up, so that's a good start. Confirm that. Look, we're in my mod map. Not much to look at the moment. It's fairly flat, but we can come here and we can get a car. So let's spawn in 2017 pickup. It's over here.
This is awesome! This is awesome! This is awesome! This is awesome!
And we can have a drive around and just see, you know, how it is. Roads, actually, roads, not a bad size. This should be about twice as wide, this one. Up to there. That's about right. Oh, this is actually quite cool. It's not it's flatter than I would expect coming up here, but maybe this is just a gradual thing. Down the driveway. Oh, wow. That's very cool. That is actually pretty awesome. So drive down the driveway. And yeah. Into the... Whoa! Oh. We have a problem, chat. Kozkin, thank you for gifting a tier 1, 5 tier 1 subs to the channel. You are awesome. Dazam 2019, Lewis 031455, Wolf Fleur, Sloth Bombs, Mystic and Smiler. Welcome to the subscribers. So what we have here is let's bring F5 in. Yeah, we're in the water. We've got a water plane here, so you can see the water plane there. And so, yeah, we've got a fairly big water plane sitting over the farm right now that we're swimming through. Oh, man. So, yeah, where the farmyard is... And where all this is, we've got a water plane. So we need to move this water plane below the map before we can do further testing, among other things. And then drop out to the river there. And we have got a couple of tip icons and things here, although no target boxes with them at all. That is funny. So that's how the water planes work. Ooh-ar. The moment we get anywhere near them, it just rides you up to the water plane. And then you get stuck in the water plane, and then bam. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, so proof of concept, not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. Let's get these water planes sorted so that if we come to try and deal with those again, that we can. There, so there they are. There are our water planes. Sitting way above. That doesn't seem that high above, but you get onto the map and everything's higher. So let's move those. Let's have a look. River, lake, water planes, mirror. Okay, I'm gonna move. They're all set to 0. So let's set all of these to 0 actually. So 0. 0, 0, and that'll put all of them under the map. We will eventually put our own water planes in here. Water Space mirror. Okay. 0, 0, 0, and 0. There we go. How many fields is my map gonna have? I think we counted about 50, if I remember correctly. Do I have the data here? Where's my fields? Here are my fields. So this is the basic map of the fields. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 fields on this map is what we're going to have. Ranging from some fairly small ones up to some fairly big ones. Kosuke, thank you for gifting 5 more subs to the channel. Lee Dawson 92, Darkstar Simulation, Railman 15, Mr. Farquhar, and Hammerhead 81. Welcome to the subscribers. Midnight Tracker, thank you for subscribing at tier 1 for your 30th month. Your second month. You are awesome. And Lee Dog, welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the raid, Lee Dog. You are awesome. Let's do one of these for you. There we go. So yeah, 40 field map we're gonna have here. Right. So having moved those, I should be able to reload this now and have another look at the drive. So let's have a look at that. My pleasure, Lead Dog. Now, I'm not saving this each time because I'm not saving the, or did I save that? I did save that, didn't I? I'm not saving the save game in FarmSim each time when I'm doing the testing, because the map is going to change a lot as we're doing stuff. So I'm just basically getting in here, doing a bit of testing, and just checking the size of the roads and everything. Checking everything fits very nicely. Hey, Penalty Box Gaming. Never play FarmSim. Is it fun? Yes, it is. It is really, really relaxing as well. Actually, it's a nicely relaxing game. Right. Let's get truck again. Okay, now we should be able to drive over to where we want to go. So, yeah, this is, believe it or not, the top of a hill. Right. And then down the drive. Oh, God. Yeah, this is actually... So I'm driving down this, and I can see the map. It's amazing. I can actually see the map and everything sort of doing. How are we still in the water?
This is awesome! This is awesome!
I didn't save it.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Thank you, Marius. That's nice colored Golden G. I love it when people let me know their bowel movements. Highlight of my day. I'll save. Right, let's try that again. I'm eventually going to drive into the farmyard for the first time. Oh, I applied for something really cool today. I'm waiting to hear confirmation back from it. If it does happen, I will be announcing it in one of my streams over the next couple of weeks. Hey, Cedars Farms, welcome along. You got a new job, fantastic. Yeah, I have. I forgot. I put the water below the map, Chris, and forgot to save it before I loaded back into FarmSim. That's what I did wrong. I had moved it out of the way. I just hadn't saved it. Tractor supply. Oh, cool. Particular brand? Yeah, TBS Twister knows what it is. It's not like it's a secret. If you've seen on Twitch, you'll know what it is. On Twitter. He tagged me in something very, very cool. It's one of those times where being a Twitch partner might actually be something in my favor. Do you know what? I'm gonna take this time. Why not? It has an automatic gear. That makes my life easier. It's a general store for agriculture. Nice. So yeah, this road will need widening a little bit because this is our main road, but we'll be able to sort that at the time. This is fairly good. This is pretty good here. I'm liking the width of this. I'd say I did a parachute jump yesterday, which was a little bit mad. Great hair showing up at a dimension. Oh god. Oh, this is actually quite cool. So I'm able, because I know the area, I'm actually able to visualize this quite nicely at the moment, and it is looking quite wicked. So this here, as I was saying before, this here, that's the entrance to the yard, which either I'm misremembering things or this yard is maybe not. God, that's a heck of a slope down there. I don't remember that slope. Okay. Maybe our yards did slope down a bit like that. Oh yeah, the farmyard definitely did. So if we come around here, so this bit down here, this is where the yeah, this is where the main shed will be on here, and down the bottom, and yeah, that's interesting. Because to me, that doesn't look right. That kind of looks right, but that drop at the bottom there. Okay, let's go see where the river's placed, because that will give me a good idea. Yeah, oh wow, this should be a lot flatter up here. That definitely doesn't look right to me. Ghostskin gifting another 5 subs. Duster UK, Foxburrow, Ginger Scott 1981, the Taxiland and Scrappy Rico, welcome to the VFN. Wow. This is why I wanted to have a drive around. This is not right. Wow, yeah. This needs smoothing out a lot. Look at the state of that. And this should go down to here, but this shouldn't come up here. That is very, very weird. What kind of farm did my dad had? An arable farm. You can see all the plateable barns are still in here and everything. See, that feels about right. See, I'm relying on the memory of somewhere I haven't driven in 20 years. I think we've got a lot of smoothing still to do on parts of this map. So yeah, through the edge of the woods there. So that would be a new road. This here, the road through the woodlands. See, that kind of feels right. You can see all the areas though that really need the smoothing sorting. Because all of this is still way too bumpy. None of this should be this mad. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is all way too bumpy at the moment. But it's odd because yeah, this should all be flatter than this. Right, I'm gonna reset the truck. Set it, yes. Okay. I'll show you guys what I mean, because there's parts of this that we can easily go and look at. We'll take a virtual road trip. So if I sit here like this, okay? If we come to here, and I want to go maps.google.com. I want to show you my home. I want to drop in on... Here we go. All right. So I'm going to place a little man here. So give you an idea of where we're looking at. I mean, it's a little bit elevated, but that is where we're standing at the moment. So you can see this is where I'm going to place the shop. And so that then we are standing about here-ish. Maybe actually stand on top of here. So stand on top of here. And that is what we're looking at. Which, it does rise up a little bit, but you can see what I mean about it not really rising up much. So if I head up to the junction here, right, I want to look up there. And looking up there, you see, that to me doesn't look right. That is going down, not up. Yeah, there's this big drop here, and if I walk to here-ish, that just doesn't exist. It's just sort of a gradual climb up the road. Thank you, Cedar Farmer. Yeah, I'm working my way towards it a little bit. It is my birthday on Monday. If anybody would like to give something to me for that, check out my throne link that appeared in the chat a little while ago. Yeah, something's not right with the DEM. The DEM isn't looking right on this. Fortunately, I can't go and look at the bit at the top. I can have a look at bit at the top. The whole thing just continually climbs to the top, and then you turn and you get the entrance to the farm there. This is not how my map will look. It looked very different to this, but it's just the DEM doesn't look right. Later, Kaskin, thank you for your support. You're awesome. I don't know why the DEM doesn't look right. How you doing, Jude? Yeah, the thing is, Marius, I'm looking at Google Maps and Google Street View because I know the area. So the thing is, looking down here, this just goes downhill. This is just downhill all the way down here to the junction at the bottom. So there's no on the side stuff. There's no, you know, it isn't following even the general contours that we have. And when I say things like, so prime example is the bit down at the bottom of the river. That's rising up as you get down to it. I think I've messed something up with the DEM somewhere. I mean, we can obviously see here, this needs a lot more smoothing. Just purely by how much this this bounces all over the place. Because yeah, that is a little bit mad. Because if I go over to this edge of the map here, I'm expecting this road again to dip down towards the end. It dips down towards a river. So we'll head over here. We'll take this a little bit slower because we've got lots of bumps. And it's fairly flat on the way over here. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you can see how much you need to flatten out a DEM or you know, to work it. But I think I've gone and done something wrong with the DEM on this, because this is way too extreme still. Trouble is, I don't want to make the whole thing flat. That's what I fear is going overboard with the smoothing. But at the same time, I mean, that is just... Right, yeah. The problem I'm having at the moment is this is not flat in the places I'm expecting it to be flat, and it's not dipping in the places I'm expecting it to dip. Yeah, that's about right for going down there and onto that. And oh wow, yeah, we're gonna have to move the edges in a few places. So 5, you can see where the edge of the map is, and currently where the edge of the map is will prevent me from doing some of the fields. But yeah, this needs a lot more smoothing out. I would say that, except that the bits that the smoothing we did with Ola has not smoothed out parts of this enough at all. And I've got bits that have risen up where I'm not expecting them to have risen. Places where, you know, it goes down a valley and I expect it to go down a valley, and it kind of just doesn't. Yeah. I think this needs a lot more smoothing. At the moment it is yeah, this does not exist. Did not exist on this bit of the farm. That's ridiculous. Okay, on my dad's farm, this bit here is flat. Is absolutely flat. There is no hill like that there at all. I did do a lot of VF smoothing, yeah. I think I need to redo the DEM because the DEM is wrong. This is the side of the Three Sisters, which again is a pretty flat field. Yeah, I think I've screwed the DEM somewhere. Made it through the woods. I mean, it does go down at that bit there, and it should be. So we should have down the bottom here a river, or an area that a river runs through. Oh, come on. No. Stay on your wheels, please. Oh, come on. So this here, this is a river that runs along here. I think it's here. And this runs all the way along here. and should be the bottom of a valley, but we've got a lower section. Yeah, river running all the way along here. Through here. Round. Round here. Down here. Yeah, you see, we're not at the bottom of the valley here. And then, yeah, runs along here. Maybe. Oh no, it runs over here actually. Runs the other side over here. Are we at the bottom? It's a rather dramatic crash. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, the DEM's messed up, so we've got to deal with that. So let's redo the DEM, I think. So where is my now to open up Photoshop again? Might need to add the TNX. Yeah, what I want to do actually is I want to put the raw DEM in. It'll be really, really bumpy and awful, and we'll probably have to take a tractor or something to traverse it. But I just want to see if the raw DEM gives me roughly what I'm looking for. So, no. That one? No, it's not that one. Foxburrow farm 2km cropped. Here we go. Right. So I want the so that Farming Life. So yeah, you can see from the DEM here even there should be a valley running through the bottom there. This bit should be lower over here. That doesn't quite make sense. I should make it back up first. Yeah, I've got Dropbox running on here, but yeah, I will mark it as old. I'll call it .old. Well, that may not do it. Yes. Yeah, it does it. Good. Right, and then... right. Export as... Export. Nope. That. And I want it in this folder here. Strictly with my moves, no. Right, and then we will file. Reload. Yes. I mean, the DEM looks right. I mean, it's now bumpy as anything. Let's look at the state of that. You look black square and say, yeah, that doesn't look right. I can when I know what the map looks like. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is, you can see this black line running through the bottom there. You see that feature on it there? And you see the top of the hill here. And you see that we actually have hills and bits over there. And we can compare that to the actual map. So if I overlay that, take the opacity down, you can kind of see, oh, I'll have to flick between it. You can see where the valley for the river goes through the bottom there, and how that should all be lower. How it's lower in the town over there as well, and how we come up to the hill up here. And I know this is the top of the top of Spong Hill, and how it's like that. Yeah. You can see where the features should all match up and should all work. And we're just not smooth enough, and I think that's the issue. It's I can see the general features and I should see how it works. I need to clear out my save games. Right, we got to take something a bit more off-roady this time. So I've reverted the DEM because I'm not happy with how it's turned out, and we can get a good idea now of how the raw DEM looks. It's not going to look great. It's true. That is very true, and it is, and it probably, I could possibly get away with doing some more blurring on the graphic before I start. Maybe. Probably that. I have a feeling the old DEM I had was better. Right, let's have a look. Where am I? Right, let's purchase cart. See, this time I have no idea where I am. No, that's where am I then? Oh, I am where I should be. Ish. God, this is so much worse. Right, we obviously have a... See, that suggests a river running along here. Whoever said I need the proper off-road TLX, you're right. So my question is, where's my shop? Sure, grain mill. That's odd. That shouldn't have reverted. $37. Right, I need to move the... Yeah, I need to move that below the map. Because that is throwing me off something chronic. So, background. 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So let's move that below the map. Because at the moment that's sitting above it, and we don't want to do that. Right, then. Career start point. Yeah, this has reset everything, which you shouldn't. Where did I found a yeah, that's changed my career start point. I don't want that. 37. No. Over here. Career start point there. We want then gameplay vehicle shop. One place 137. Career start point. Okay. That seems to be a different position. One, 6, 8. I want to bring this towards me. No. Oh God, that would be horrible. See, those are not the same points that we had last time. Okay. File. Save. Thank you, Marius. This is one of those things where yeah. Getting this right. If we can get this right at this point, if we can make sure the DEM is looking right at this point, it's going to make things so much easier when we start placing hedges and shrubbery and all of this kind of thing. Because otherwise, we end up changing the DEM later and it all goes horribly, horribly wrong because we then have to resize everything. Hey, Gaming FFC, welcome along. Never seen a streamer take the time to show what goes on in map creation. Don't think it ever puts. The thing is, Ark, I am a novice at this. I do not 100% know what I'm doing. As you can see with the state of this. So yeah. This goes. So this is the reason why we ended up with that strange bit going up the hill. Is because it does have that weird bit to the texture there where it has such a big drop at this point here. So that's why we had the sideways bit. Now, if I come down to here, visit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look, it's a flying train. So this down here, what I'm trying to do and why I'm waiting on the DEM is because I'm looking for a large area of flat, because that will kind of tell me where the river is. And this down here is pretty flat. But I want to know where the bottom is. Where's the low point that we saw on that? And it's got to be down here. See, it keeps on going down right to the edge. The DM is skewing things. Elon Musk is in my map. He hasn't perfected anything. So what road is this? This is the road down to the bottom of the map. All right, this is down to yeah, so that's down to the edge. So I should, where am I? Now that confuses me. That should not be. There should be no roads where we are. So here. That's weird. Why do I have a road here? Oh, that's woodland. That's woodland? That's woodland. Oh, I'm going through the side of the woods there. That. Buy me a truck. Okay. That is not the right thing. What? Go up to the corner. And no, this is the wrong. Something has got reset. Something is very wrong with this. So let's quit this. I'm going to close that. Who was that? Junior63, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the BFN. Right, going to reopen Giant's Editor. Which is... yeah. Okay. I will try the Ola Smooth in a minute, but the textures were all wrong. Where it had loaded us into was not what it should have been. Okay. The start point is where it should be. Vehicle shop, store point, yeah, and vehicle shop trigger, yeah. Let's just zoom in on that quickly. Just check that that is there. Yes. Okay. So let's try Farm Sim as well. No, not that. I want SGA. Yep. Beta. Documents, my games, Farming Sim, to mods. Yeah. That should be the right folder and everything. My sole empty slot. Gaming FFC, thank you for resubscribing for your 13th month. You are awesome. My biggest conundrum is, should I sell and upgrade my 65-hour T7? If you love your T7, I'd keep it around. Not like my class tractor that was failing in today's video. have anywhere like this on my map. I just don't. So, about here, this should not be. Yeah, GS. We need to get a view from I'm gonna have to add in the debug, I think. Oh. I think to get flight in here is an extra setup. There are player flight mode, player debug, player flight mode. There we go. Right, let's go and have a look then. J, oh no, J, and then up. Let's have a look at what this map really looks like. No, that is my dad's farm. So yes. Oh, I don't know how to make it go faster. So, okay. Can't see more a month, per month than it's worth. Okay. No, I'm where I should be. How has everything got bigger? And how does everything look weirder? Exactly where it should be. And yes. So this out here. And up here. And road. And yes, it drops down here and right. Okay, so we need to do, yeah, we need to smooth this. So this down here is, I know why I was getting confused. So okay, So I should be able to then go quite a way over this way. But this is where it gets odd. That's the edge of the map. That shouldn't be the edge of the map. Because if we zoom up from here, you can see that the map goes a whole lot further. Why's that happened? Oh, I'm an idiot. No, not background mesh, terrain. That would be... That's the background mesh. I've somehow enlarged this. How have I done that? Let's have a look at the map boundaries. Yeah, look at that. If I go over the top. That's why my numbers for where my career start point is was massively out of whack. Because I've somehow managed to make my mesh the wrong size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. Oh no, I'm going to open another instance. So let's open another instance of Giant's Editor. Oh. Opening another one, or has everything just crashed now? Yeah, I've got 3 copies open. Let's close one of these. File. Open. And I'm going to go to my original files that I had. Not the Peter in the garden banner. I'm a programmer by trade. I'm used to things going wrong. Right. Projects. Farm sim projects. Map creation. Common farms. FS22 Foxburrow Farm. Maps FR. That one open. Yeah, and take my hat off to complicate anyone. Hey, Greg, can you tell I don't know where to start? I have a horrible feeling this week is again going to be one of those weeks where we don't get very far, where we've gone backwards and not forwards. Right, what I want is the terrain, and I want to back out the whole thing. And then I want to see what the settings are for this whole thing. Where's that one? No, I've no idea, Craig. I've no idea what caused my tractor to reverse slowly. It's weird. Right, let's see on this one. I want map boundaries. So you can see here the map boundaries are at the edge of that, area there. And the terrain is like that. On mine, yeah, my map boundaries are massively inside. It's as if this is... But I can't see a setting. I can't see anywhere where... I've changed the size of this. That's what's infuriating. Right, last ditch. No, I don't want to save that. I don't want to save that either. I am going to go and see if I can get the version history on Dropbox and revert to before this evening. Missed that. Right, I am going to go back to the version from April the 11th. And we'll restore that, and hopefully Dropbox will download it, and things might go back to where it was. Oh, it's going to take more than that, isn't it? Yeah. I need to revert everything. So I try rewind, right? Gonna rewind. Oh God. Okay, so yeah, keep that. No, hang on. I want to revert the whole folder to where we were at the end of the last stream. That is the 11th. Oh, I'm very confused. April 18th. Oh no, April 18th. Yeah, show newer history. Show newer. We will take it up to the end of where we were. On the 18th. Right, there we go. Keep everything there. Continue and rewind. So I'm basically undoing everything I've done this evening. And hopefully this will fix the problem. And yeah, tonight is gonna be very much got nowhere kind of stream. Right, so now I need to check my files. And yep, I have reverted everything in this folder. So we'll open this up. And this is why I love Dropbox. I can roll it back. If I have a problem, I can roll my files back. And it's great. So yeah, we want to open this with, not with Notepad. Open that. Oh, the joys of mapping. Yeah, Chris, the joys of mapping. Right. Open this. Don't move it. Just open it, please. There we go. Right. Yay! Look at that. So whatever I did has now been undone, which is great. So gameplay, map boundaries. No, not the map boundaries. Background. What is that doing now? Having rendering issues by the looks of things. Right, so we want to move the vehicle shop spawn point that way, 37. Down. Oh no. Ah. 37. Yep. Over to there. Right. Place 2. Put it to 37 because we know that's roughly the right height. Move that over there and that over there. Stop trigger. Take that down to 37. Move that over there and that over there. And we're now getting much more reasonable numbers. Same sort of numbers as we had early on. Which is great. Then we want the career start point. Are you going to do a map look at the Valley of the Old Farm? Possibly. I'm currently not doing map first looks at the moment. Now, where is my career start point? Oh, over there. Okay, fine. There. Okay. Right. File. No, I don't want to save changes to Untitled. Giants Editor, open up and give me the actual file that I'm opening. Actual file that I'm working on, please. Open. I'll try opening it rather than bringing it across this time. In a minute, chat. I'll open the right file. Right. Career start point. $37. No. now what I can do is... Actually, before I do this, map boundaries. No, Southern France. Background. Just want to drop these. Background is currently positioned there. Background mesh 1. How are these all positioned at 0? Okay, seeing as it's all positioned at 0. Down you go. Okay. File. Save. Next, I want to turn that on, turn all of that off. File. Export. Export as. Export. Old. Right. Okay. So let's try this out. I file save. Error while saving file. Why is there an error while saving file? Open. Open. Huh. Right, everything is within the map borders. Yeah, everything is within the map borders. Okay, so we're going to close this. Yes. Right. Open up the SGA. Okay, and open this. Don't think so. It wouldn't have reloaded if it was a file corruption. I might put a holding image here. See, the vehicle shop should not be there. It's like this is pulling the information from the wrong place. Which is weird. I wonder if it's because I basically I was crashing out. Let's try doing that and then trying this again. Greg Wolf 16, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the BFN. I mean, it's looking for stuff in the wrong place. Oh no, Greg Wolf 16, thank you for subscribing. You are awesome. Thank you very much. Well, at the moment, I'm just getting very frustrated by this not working. Because it's pulling stuff from an old version that we've just got rid of. Which is just weird. Okay, let's try purchasing one of the new tractors. Yeah. Where's that success? Yeah, so this is the more smoothed out one that we had. Actually, is this? I know how we check this. Oh, we're gonna have water, aren't we? Because I haven't changed the water plane. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll have to skirt the side of that then. Oh, except we won't be able to get... Why can't I get back in my tractor? Oh, yeah, I need to move that water plane before we go any further. Right, let's quit then. It looks like I've placed my career start point well outside the map, so we can correct that fairly easily. And then once we've done that, we want to correct the start point, and we want to move the the river underneath the map. Is there another YouTube video tomorrow? No. So I'm on a 4-video setup at the moment. So the next YouTube video is Thursday. How's that one, please? Right, so where is my career start point? Okay. Yeah, I've put my career start point at a really weird place. That's what was going on there. So we can move that. Yeah. Move that back to where it should be. And we'll just lift that out slightly. So we'll take that to 39. I also want the vehicle shop trigger a little bit out. That's... Whoa, zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Move that down a little bit. Just above the ground. That tells me 38.395 is perfect height for this. There, like that. Right. There we go. So that should fix the oddities we've just had. So we'll save that. And then water planes. this. We'll take the whole thing down to -20, I think, on all of them. And that will get all of our river plains out the way. Okay. That one down. That one down. And that one down. Right. So. Close that. Open up this. Yeah, so Craig, my video schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Is my regular video schedule. There may be other videos outside of that, but on the regular at the moment, I'm going Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, video-wise. Stream-wise, this is actually going to be my last Tuesday stream for a while. From next week, these streams, these map-making streams will be moving to Fridays. So I will be on Twitch Wednesday, Friday, Sunday from next week. And we'll have the community multiplayer on a Saturday night as normal. That's the new schedule I'm looking to go to. Yeah, no Friday stream this week, but from next week it'll be a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday stream schedule for here on Twitch. But I'm out this Friday, which is why we don't have a Friday one this week. I'm gonna try and be better at getting the stream schedule out, like I had out today. I want to get the stream schedule out more regularly, because obviously if I do have stuff moving about in my schedule, I need to let you guys know. So I'm gonna start planning next week's schedule now, and I'll tee it up so that automatically gets posted next Monday. Right, so we started in the right place. That's good news. Let's grab ourselves then one of these newfangled Massey Ferguson 6S's. Jump into that. So let's see, can we jump into that? Yes, we can. And yeah, see if we can work out what's going on here. So as I said at the start of this stream, I'm happy with the size of the roads for the most part on here. We do have some more smoothing to do, and I need to reset the DEM so that we can smooth everything properly on here. Yeah, I need to update the schedule there. I do have a scheduled channel on the Discord. See, this bit is absolutely fine. This rises to the top of Spong Hill up here, which is perfect. This is exactly where the top of Spong Hill is. So I'm very happy with that. I am pretty happy with the way the drive goes down. So this all makes sense to me. This looks about right. The drive was long, sloped down a bit, had a bit of a gradient down to this point, and then flattened out here as you got towards the house. So that all makes sense. That is a bigger drop than existed, or than I remember existing. And then, yeah, we go down to here. And yeah, the bottom of this was not here. This started to climb as soon as you got there, and then yeah, so this here, this bit all here, this begins its slope up, not at the point where it's at the bottom here, but it should begin here. Or maybe I am misremembering that a little bit, but certainly this is a much gentler slope here. This does not suddenly rise like this. So that is something that needs smoothing out. And that tells me that actually I can go and I can do more smoothing than I have done. That I can just, I can reset the DEM and then re-smooth the whole thing. Because these bits here like this should be a lot smoother and a lot less extreme. Liam Huswick raiding with a party of 11. Welcome, 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 raiders. And similarly, this bit might go down here like this, but it definitely doesn't drop as extreme as that down into there. So yeah, all of this needs smoothing out. So the whole thing is not as extreme as this is coming across as at the moment. The whole map needs the DEM resetting and then a general smooth given over it. And I'm going to have to look at it and go, right, this needs smoothing a bit more. It needs smoothing a bit more. It needs smoothing a bit more until I get it right. But yeah, all of this at the moment, the farm is not this extreme on any of its hills at all. So yeah, there's some smoothing to do. I actually really like this little road. So this road didn't exist on the farm. I made this so that we could get to the grass fields. And I quite like it because it just sort of nips through the side of the woods there. So yeah, okay. Yes. Hey, Ola! Well, to be perfectly honest, Ola, you haven't missed anything. I completely messed up the map and had to restore everything from backup. And now I'm trying to reset my DEM because I've got some bits of it that are more smooth than others, and yeah. Somehow I managed to double the size of the main area of the map, and it messed everything up. So I had to restore in order to sort it. Right, so I'm going to call my current DEM old. And then we're going to save this. Yep. Fine. Right. File. Export. Export as. Am I a fan of the Valley of the Old Farm? I quite like Valley of the Old Farm. I didn't play it properly in the previous one. Back on track, or will need a second opinion. Well, what I've been doing, Ola, is I wanted to check the DEM to make and check the layout to make sure it felt like my dad's farm and felt like everything was right before I started placing any shrubbery and stuff, and then had to move it all back. Yeah, that's why I've reset the DEM, because it needs more smoothing. Right, we need to check in the game that I've now got the DEM with way too many bumps in it, and then we can go into Giants Editor and smooth it. Although we may have to go in Giants Editor and smooth it last time. I'm glad I took it into the game before I went any further, Ola, because it's wrong at the moment. I need to do some name changes. I actually get the map name in here and maybe a picture. I do feel like right now I still have so far to go. To experience how I doubled the size as well. Yeah, it's really odd how I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I doubled the size of the main area. And I couldn't, I compared it to the default stuff and there was no way to see how I'd done it. It was really weird. But I'm glad I fixed it. Yeah, Ola made Renbu. Renibu. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's an awesome map. Go check it out. It's on the mod hub. It's brilliant. And I'm very grateful for Ola and TB Modding and all the map makers who have come in here and to have a look and possibly to laugh at how well I'm doing on here. See that is not where I should be. Give me a tractor. Why? Why does changing the DEM do this? I know I did. I know what I did. Thanks for subscribing. You're awesome. Yeah, there's something wrong with the file. I made it too big. It's also an 8-bit. Okay. Never get good stuff. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's really good. That's very true. Right. So, but it should be 1024, shouldn't it? Yeah, I'm definitely saving it in the wrong format. That is absolutely what I'm doing. But it should it be a should it be 1024 or should it be image mode? Okay. Image mode 16-bit. Okay. Oh, don't tell me I've got to re-import the bleeding. Palette shades great, yep, to make it smoother. Yeah, okay. Export as. Look better. Okay, cool. Right. Should it be 2048? Because I think, is that too big? I'm going to go back to my original. What size should the DEM be exported as? So 2049. Okay. 2x2. Yeah, it's a 2x. It's a 2x2. You see, the tutorial says that it should be 1024 by 1024, which is where I think I'm going wrong. I think this should be at 50%. With only the DEM layer selected, edit, copy, file, create into a new image. Flatten and resize the image to 1024. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's a 1024, but that's where I thought I was going. That's why everything's getting resized larger, because I was saving out the DEM at the wrong size. So this should not be an 8-bit. Right. Yeah, okay, so this is the tutorial I'm following, Ola, and do you know what I'm going to open? I'm going to open my old DEM file. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, _old. Let's go with the one that I'm replacing. Yes. So I'm going to open this and we'll see what file size this is. I think it should be 1024 by 1024. Oh yeah, no, I want it to be on consoles as well, Ola. Yeah, this is to go on console. Yeah, image size 1025 by 1025. Yes. Okay. So yes, I do want to export this. Export as not the small file. Half size. This is where it's going wrong. I was exporting it too big. Save. Yes. Right. Okay, file, export as 1025 by 1025. Nope. Ah, 1024 by 1024. 1025 by 1025. Okay. Canvas 125 by 125. Just hit the reset. Export that. And map DEM save. Okay. Well, I don't want to replace this file, so image adjustments, mode, RGB 16-bit adjustment, image size, no, 25. Control E, file, export as. No transparency, please. Export. Save. Yes. Appy 3D as a text editor. Hey, ITK, welcome along. JW Poe, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing for your 25th month. You are awesome. Okay, I need to set up my text editor, so give me a moment. Well, I'm just going to load this up and just check that this has fixed what I'm expecting it to fix first. I love how sync you are with it. Because I think this has done what I was after. I think this has fixed the issue. It's the size. It is the size I expect. The image is at the size I expect, and I'm expecting the map to be as I expect it now. It was definitely I was making the DEM too big, and because I was making the DEM too big, it was causing issues. Yes, I'm exactly where I expect to be on the map. The DEM is pretty much exactly as I expect it to be. So if I now buy myself a tractor that isn't going to fall over, something with a lot of wheels on the side. Yeah, there we go. You will never see this tractor on this map. Yeah, no, I haven't changed anything units per pixel. Right. So yeah, you can see this needs a lot of smoothing. But this is the climb I expect to have up this hill. This is just yeah, this is why we need to smooth things, because this is yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get this smoothing properly. But this is climbing up to the top of the hill as it should. We'll smooth this all out, which should be fine. Down the hill. I want to look at what it was doing at the bottom here, though. But yeah, obviously, this should be a lot smoother. Yeah, so how do you recommend smoothing in Photoshop, Ola? Because obviously that would be the easier way to do it. Smooth it in Photoshop. Last time I did it, I did a Gaussian blur with it. Filter blur, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. This drops down here. I expected this to be lower than this. But this drops right down here. It's really interesting how all of that works. Anyway, right. So I'm happy with that. That is very good. So quit that. We'll go and Gaussian blur this. Just try some values and see how it looks. Okay, so we've got this file here, which is our correct size. So we'll try a Gaussian blur on this. Image filter blur Gaussian blur. 5 pixels looks like that. Yeah, okay. So this is my trouble. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. What I'd like to do is I've got all this banding in this. So if you look at this is why I had trouble with the Galcomp Blur last time, because it ends up doing all this banding. Mode grayscale. Just mode 16 bits. Okay. No. Mode 16 bit. Control Z. Why are you going into HDR? Mode. Oh, Photoshop. What are you doing? Yeah, so I want to make it grayscale and 16-bit. Okay, right. Image adjustments. Filter, blur, Galcomp blur. Right. So 5 pixels is that. I want to. That's still banding. Still getting these bands. 5 to 10 would be, yeah. Ten is that. 5 is that. I'm tempted to go. I'm going to start with 10. That looks pretty good to me. So, okay, that. File. Export as export and app DEM save. Yes. Okay, let's have a look at what that looks like in FarmSim. Okay. So it may be that we're all right. If we got lots of stepped stuff in the thing, we'll see. We'll see what it comes out like. From what I remember, thank you, IDK. From what I remember, the first time I was doing map making back in FS 19. Yeah, I think I was doing it in 19. It might have been in 17. I think I might have been doing it in 17. But yeah, it was much easier to do things like this outside and generally. Yeah, it is banding because look at that. But this road is much more like it should be. But we've definitely got banding on it. Right, let's grab a truck this time. Yeah, it's still... This is what I was talking about, the banding. I'm still getting the bands because it's giving me the... But doing more... Okay. Give me a moment. Oh god, I cannot steer a truck. Oh. But yeah, you can see we've got basically it's doing the Galcomp blur is just giving me all those steps. Right, quit. Yes. Right. So let's open that file then. That one. Image mode. No, that's still 8-bit. Why is that? Was that exporting it as 8-bit? No. (16-bit) color. Grayscale. As no transparency, not a smaller bit. By cubic, save as copy. Okay, file, save as. PNG. I want to put it in this file here. That one there. Save. Yes. Large file size. Yeah, large file size. Okay. Right, let's open that up. Oh, I already have it opened up. Okay. Fine, let's give that a try then. Yeah, it's opening it up again. I don't want to close it because I want to be able to back out. But yeah, it's... No, it wasn't 8-bit when it was opened. That was the one that we'd saved over in the first place. But you can see a noticeable difference now in how it looks versus how the old one looked. So yeah, it looks very different now. I think we might be all right. We'll find out. We'll find out in a moment. I'm gonna have to finish because it's 11:20. We're suddenly looking like we're making some progress, which is good. Yeah, I think it's the export as is causing issues. Wait, oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Wow. Our truck shouldn't overturn this time. Well, this is what I'm trying to work out. Is the elevation good? So we want to get to the top of the hill. Which that seems pretty right for. Yeah, so we should get to the top up here. And that is the top of the hill. So that looks pretty good. Yep, the road's coming up here. So, Ola, to show you what I'm going for, this is the road that we're currently looking at. So if I go back to this junction here and stand here like that. And we take this and we go back down to the bottom here. Yeah, it definitely is. Obviously, our shop icons and everything have dropped, so if I bring this here, and we look up this road here, like so. So that, giving us roughly the same camera position as that. I don't think there was much difference in the elevation before, but that seems to be working for me. But yeah, it's definitely dropped. But as long as it's all relatively good, that's fine. Right, let's check the road going down here then. So down the driveway. Pretty happy with that. It's when we get down to the farmyard. I want to check on how well this does going down. So that's now the house yard is flatter. This is still very flat. I don't remember this being that flat. And yeah, the bottom of that seems slightly in the wrong place, but that seems very low. Yeah, I might try it. I'm just gonna try it at doing it at 5 at a 5 rather than a 10. So undo the Galcomp blur, image adjustments, no, filter blur, Galcomp blur, and rather than 10 we'll take it down to about a 6 maybe. Still got quite a big hole in it. Okay, I'm gonna try an 8 instead. I'll save. Grayscale 16. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. You can tell. So the difference you notice in DMs is what's caused it to be so much flatter. You can tell the engine to interpret a new DM different. Okay. Ah, no, don't want Elm Creek. I want this one. John Carter, 1984. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the VFN. Okay, this may be better, I think. No, just give me a car. Yes, okay. Still dropping from the sky. That looks about right. Down the hill. And yeah, so there's a fair amount of elevation there. We come down to the yard. There's a fair amount there. I think that will become more obvious actually when I get further down. We've got the waterhole there, but that then makes sense. We head up to the top here. Across here, that is making more sense now. I don't remember this being. This is the one issue I have. I don't remember that being a big drop down to there, but yeah, okay. The bit I want to check is, so we come down to the bottom here. I don't remember this thing coming up, back up. And then we got the river down the side here. Maybe I'm just misremembering things. It's because it's coming quite hard to get the right values by changing. Yeah. Okay. So, let's pop into GE then. I might have a fiddle around with that a bit more. Might take it down to 5 and just so that we've still got the setup on it. It still feels a little bit flat in places to me. So yeah. I mean, there is definitely a case of stuff I'm remembering different to how it actually was. Right, there we go. Where I know there should be a slope. Okay, so best place for that then is going to be Spong Hill. So I know that the highest point on Spong Hill is up here. So I know this is the top of the hill. Actually, the one that actually would be better. No, actually that would be the good one. Where am I? There. So this is probably the highest point on my map, right at the top of here. So the camera positions then say, oh right, yeah, okay, got you. Getting myself in the right position is a pain in the butt. It moves too fast. Okay, good. Save that there. So file, save. Okay. Saved. Select the terrain node at the top of the... Yep. Oh. Yep, there we go. Okay. Then settings for the train, go to the terrain tab. Yep. Okay. From there, I can't see because my camera... Oh, sorry. We can do that. We can do something about that. I'll turn the camera off for the moment. There we go. Default height, scale is at 255, yeah. Try something like 400, okay. File, save. So, and reload. Okay. I might add this. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. That does make more sense. Right. Yeah, and that actually that has made a really good difference. Because yeah, this should go down here like this. Okay. Ah, right. Okay, I'm gonna have a play around with this, I think. Yeah. Definitely gonna have a play around with this. All right, good. No limit to how high you can go if you need more. Okay, yeah, I'll have a play around with that then, and that's what we'll. I'll see if I can set that up before next week. But yeah, it's gone 11:30. I'm well past when I like to. What we've gone over by about half an hour. So cool. Thank you, Ola, for your help. That has been a massive help tonight, because yeah, I was stuck on the DEM not looking good and not looking right. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. We will be back on this a week on Friday. So these streams will be moving to Friday evenings from 8:30. I will be back tomorrow night with some more realism experiment. So looking forward to that as well. Well, let's see who's on Twitch first that we can go and raid. Who is streaming? Wow, it's quite a busy evening actually. Oh, we'll go and see fellow Red Dirt Rough Rider Bumblebee Farmer this evening, I think. And yeah, fellow Red Dirt Rough Rider, we're gonna go and raid Bumblebee tonight. So I will put his channel up there. Cracking streamer. And a few thank yous to say before we go. JW Poe, thank you for resubscribing. You are awesome. Ola, thank you for resubscribing. You are awesome. Liam Huswick, thank you for your raid. You are awesome. Craig Wolves 16, thank you for subscribing. You are awesome. Gaming FFC, thank you for resubscribing. You are awesome. Koskin 1, thank you for all of your gifted subs tonight. You are awesome. Lead Dog, thank you for your raid. You are awesome. Midnight Trucker, thank you for resubscribing. You are awesome. Hasker Lee, thank you for resubscribing. You are awesome as well. As I said, I will be back tomorrow evening here on Twitch from 8:30. So please come and join me for that. We're going to be doing some more of the realism experiment on the Oaks. Next video will be on Thursday over on the YouTube channel. That is going to be Attingham Park. We are starting on a massive harvest. I mean, we have that farm is so big now. We really do need 2 combines to do it all, and we've got 3 days clear weather before the rain sets in, so we're going to harvest as much as possible on Attingham Park over the next few videos. So yeah, go check that out. And I'm going to leave it here for this evening. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.